Thank you, Mr. Owen. I'd like to warmly congratulate my honourable friend, the member for South West Devon, for securing this debate, and publicly congratulate him, I think for the first time I've been able to, on his well-deserved knighthood. I know there are several organisations in the South West of England watching on with keen interest, and also the Farming Minister, who of course is a South West MP, is with us, I think one of the longest-serving ever farming ministers, and we're very grateful to have him sitting in on these deliberations. We've got the National Farmers Union, Devon Chamber of Commerce, Federation of Small Businesses, heart of the South West Local Enterprise Partnership. I'm sure my honourable friends will have enjoyed reading all their briefings and the passion they conveyed for expanding the potential of our region. I think, Mr. Owen, the key question is how we can attract high-value, non-seasonally dependent jobs, how we can enhance our productivity and secure clean economic growth in our region. Admittedly, we've grown perhaps too accustomed to using terms such as productivity, growth and connectivity. A notable example is the government's flagship industrial policy, industrial strategy. Its 4 grand challenges put the UK at the forefront of the industries of the future. AI, artificial intelligence and data, ageing society, clean growth and the future of mobility. As many honourable members here would no doubt agree, its comprehensive scope marks the Conservatives as the party with a long-term plan for our country. Yeah. No government nor multinational corporation is free from descending into obfuscation when talking of economic growth. Yet let us step out of Whitehall speak and the lexicon of glossy master plans. When we talk with our constituents in our email bulletins, meeting halls, surgeries and in our correspondence, we must tell them how investment will increase jobs and improve living standards. I recently had the pleasure of visiting again the Exeter Science Park in my constituency of East Devon. Exeter Science Park helps innovative STEM companies in its campus-style setting, covering sectors such as cybersecurity and renewable energy. The site is on track to grow from 200 to 700 jobs by 2020, rising to 2,100 jobs by 2027. The wider region is well connected with immediate access to the M5, to the nearby Exeter International Airport and to Exeter itself. I represent 2 wards in Exeter, St Loyes and Topsham, and I'm pleased to say it will be one of the UK's fastest growing cities over the next 3 years. A practical example of this outstanding growth is Luminous. This start-up is designing, developing and exporting state-of-the-art special effects hardware for the global entertainment industry. Its rate of jobs growth from 1 person to 8 people in a mere 12 months is a trademark of the technology industry. Yet this is not in tech-savvy Shoreditch, but in the heart of our region. This is what economic growth looks like on the ground. It is new consumers, new careers and a better quality of life. Mr. Owen, the case for Exeter Science Park is strong as it seeks to add on more buildings and expand its capacity. I'm not speaking purely as the member for East Devon, but I'm sure on behalf of my colleagues in the South West who would like to see it expand and thrive. That is why I urge the Minister and other interested parties watching today to get behind the Exeter Science Park in order that it can fulfil its potential. But the main impediment to Exeter Science Park's business growth is having to repay loans on its Science Park Centre. Exeter Science Park had to take £6.5 million of loans because grants were unavailable during its start-up phase in 2013. These loans were mainly from the local enterprise partnership at a commercial rate. Private sector loans were unavailable because Exeter Science Park had no assets as they were held in trust by a local authority. So these are probably extraordinarily set of circumstances which the Minister for the Northern Powerhouse, with all the vast resource put to that part of the world, would find difficult to recognise. But this is yet another example of how we in the South West feel slightly that we are discriminated against. So my first request, and this is how the road to rehabilitation for the Minister, my first request is to look and see how we can use government capital infrastructure spending to reduce or ideally erase these debts. Secondly, I ask the Minister how the government can assist in encouraging government-backed technology and projects to locate onto the science park. If the Minister were able to assist on both these matters, it would provide a huge endorsement for our often overlooked region. Why, for instance, would not an engineering giant such as Rolls-Royce or a defence contractor such as Babcock, already strong in Plymouth, as we've just heard, not expand alongside innovative tech startups which are already located